Guatemala the birthplace of chocolate and home to the remarkable Maya people, invites us to discover a world of pyramids, ancient traditions, and active volcanoes. Imagine walking through colourful markets where expert weavers create intricate textiles using techniques passed down for generations. Or climbing the steps of temples, once used for sacred rituals and astronomical observations. Join me, and I'll show you the real Guatemala. A place filled with secrets and wonders that no photograph could ever truly capture. Antigua, a city founded in 1543, served as the capital of Guatemala for over 200 years before a devastating earthquake struck in 1773. Antigua's architecture is a mix of Spanish, Baroque and mudéjar styles, with low-rise buildings featuring thick walls and small windows to withstand earthquakes. The city's layout follows a grid pattern, with streets running north-south and east-west, a design that was ahead of its time. Another interesting fact is that many buildings feature interior courtyards, a typical feature of Spanish colonial architecture. Cerro de la Cruz, or Hill of the Cross, provides a unique view of the city. The moderately challenging hike to the top takes about 30 minutes, and at the summit, a 10-metre tall concrete cross, erected in 1930, stands out. The true reward, however, is the panoramic view of Antigua, showcasing its colourful buildings, churches, ruins, and the 3 surrounding volcanoes. The Antigua Guatemala Cathedral, also known as Catedral de San Jose, is a magnificent example of Spanish Baroque architecture. The cathedral's construction spanned nearly 150 years, beginning in 1542 and finally reaching completion in 1680. This prolonged building process was due in part to the many earthquakes that struck Antigua during this period, damaging the cathedral and necessitating repairs. The Iglesia de la Merced, or Church of Mercy, is a stunning Baroque church located near Antigua's central plaza. Construction began in 1548 to serve the Mercedarian order, who were dedicated to ransoming Christian captives from Muslim pirates. Construction began in 1548 to serve the Mercedarian order, who were dedicated to ransoming Christian captives from Muslim pirates. One of the most remarkable features of the Iglesia de la Merced is its facade, which is considered one of the finest examples of Baroque architecture in Central America. The Santa Catalina arch was constructed to serve a very practical purpose. During the colonial era, Antigua's streets were considered unsafe for women, particularly those in religious orders. The Santa Catalina convent was home to nuns who lived apart from the outside world. It was on one side of Fifth Avenue North, while another building they used, called the Beaterio de Belén, was on the other side. To help the nuns move between the two buildings, without being seen by the public, the Santa Catalina arch was built. Volcán de Agua, or Volcano of Water, is the tallest of the three volcanoes surrounding Antigua, standing at 3,760 metres. The volcano has been dormant since 1541. The only activity recorded was in 1972, when it released small amounts of steam and gas, but no lava or ash. Yaxha is an ancient Mayan city with over 400 structures built more than 1,000 years ago. The city includes temples, palaces, and pyramids arranged around two main plazas. One of the most intriguing aspects of Yaxha is its unique astronomical alignments. The city's main plaza is oriented to precisely mark the equinoxes and solstices, demonstrating the Mayans' advanced understanding of astronomy. Yaxha also boasts a rare twin pyramid complex, one of only a handful found in the Mayan world. Archaeologists believe these pyramids served as a celestial observatory, with the positioning of the structures allowing priests to track the movements of the sun, moon and stars. Flores is a small island on Lake Petanitza with a unique history and culture. It was the last stronghold of the Itza Maya, who resisted Spanish conquest for nearly 200 years after other cities fell. The Spanish finally captured it in 1697, making Flores the site of one of the final battles between the Maya and colonizers in Central America. The streets are paved with cobblestones, and the buildings are painted in bright colours, but many don't know that the island was built directly over the ancient Maya city of Tayasal. Legends say that the Maya hid treasures in the lake when they fled from the Spanish. Divers have found artifacts in the water, but some believe more is still undiscovered. Sumpango is a town where art, tradition, and spiritual connection come alive through its giant kite festival. Held every year on November 1st during the Day of the Dead celebrations, this tradition dates back for centuries. The locals believe the kites act as a bridge between the living and the spirits of the dead. They construct the kites using bamboo frames and brightly coloured paper, some taking months to complete. These kites, though decorative, symbolise messages sent to the heavens, but it wasn't always that spiritual. According to local legends, evil spirits used to roam cemeteries, so villagers used kites to scare them away. Over time, this practice turned into an artistic event that combines Mayan beliefs with Catholic customs. Lake Isabel was formed 2 million years ago by volcanic activity. Its main feature is the Rio Dulce, a narrow channel that connects the lake to the Caribbean Sea. This connection creates a unique ecosystem where freshwater and saltwater mix. Castillo de San Felipe stands as a pivotal military structure, guarding the strategic Rio Dulce passage. Constructed in 1595 by Spanish colonizers, the fortress was designed to protect against pirate attacks and control maritime trade routes. Architectural details reveal the castle's defensive brilliance. Thick stone walls, some measuring 2 meters wide, could withstand cannon fire. The castle's location at the lake's entrance was no accident. Pirates frequently targeted shipping routes, seeking gold and valuable goods transported from inland regions. Spanish engineers built the fortress on a narrow land strip, creating a choke point that could repel maritime invasions. Rio Dulce stretches from highlands to the Caribbean Sea, covering about 320 kilometers. The river connects fresh water from inland to the salty sea, creating a unique environment for many species. Over 20 types of fish live in Rio Dulce, including the endangered manatee. These gentle creatures navigate the slow-moving waters, finding food among aquatic plants. Pacaya volcano erupts with a geological story that challenges everything we know about volcanic activity. Unlike most volcanoes that stay dormant for centuries, Pacaya remains constantly active, creating new landscapes almost daily. Since 1961, it has erupted almost continuously, making it one of the most active volcanoes in the area. A unique aspect of Pacaya is its basaltic lava, which creates smooth, rope-like flows that move swiftly down its slopes. This type of lava allows safe observation from designated viewpoints. Local guides drive specialised 4x4 vehicles to reach the final areas. These vehicles handle the rough, rocky terrain formed by recent lava flows and volcanic debris. Chichicastenango, also called Chichi, is a town known for its large open-air market, where vendors gather twice a week to sell everything from handmade textiles to local produce. The market has operated for hundreds of years, serving as a key trading hub for nearby villages. The Santo Tomas Church, built in the 16th century, is a unique site where you can see Maya priests performing rituals on the church steps while Catholic masses are held inside. The steps of the church represent the 18 months of the Maya calendar, which adds a symbolic meaning to the rituals performed there. Unlike sombre cemeteries found elsewhere, the graves here are painted in bright colours, each representing something significant. For example, white symbolises purity, while turquoise is used for grandparents, and other colours reflect the personality or preferences of the deceased. Chichicastenango is a town known for its traditional market, where vendors set up stalls to sell handmade crafts, colourful textiles, pottery, and fresh produce. These textiles are created using the traditional Mayan weaving craft. Passed down for generations and still practiced today by Maya women, they use backstrap looms, a simple yet ingenious tool to create intricate textiles with vibrant patterns. These patterns are not just decorative, they often tell stories or symbolise elements of Maya culture, such as nature, spirituality, or community identity. The weaving process is entirely manual, with each piece taking weeks or even months to complete. Biotopo del Quetzal. This nature reserve was created to protect the splendid Quetzal, the national bird of Guatemala. The Quetzal is known for its long tail feathers and bright colours, but what many don't know is that it only lives in cloud forests, like the one found here. This bird is considered sacred in ancient Maya culture. People say that during the Spanish conquest, the bird's feathers absorbed the blood of a fallen Maya warrior, which is why its chest appears red. It is notoriously shy and difficult to spot, but is always leaving behind signs of its presence. Wild avocado seeds scattered along the forest floor, playing a key role in maintaining the forest. However, the relationship between the species and its habitat is delicate, as deforestation threatens both the bird and the ecosystem. Santa Catarina Palopo is a small town located on the shores of a volcanic lake, known for its unique culture and colourful traditions. Unlike nearby towns, Santa Catarina Palopo has kept its focus on preserving local traditions over tourism. The town's houses are painted with intricate patterns inspired by the traditional textiles of the Chichicastenango Maya, who make up most of the population. This project not only beautifies the town, but also strengthens the community's pride and sense of identity. Santa Catarina Palopo is one of around a dozen towns located along the shores of Lake Atitlan. The lake was formed thousands of years ago after a massive volcanic eruption created a caldera that later filled with water. This eruption, which occurred over 84,000 years ago, was so powerful that ash from it has been found as far away as Ecuador and Florida. Surrounded by these three massive volcanoes, its water level is unique, as it has no visible outlet. Instead, it drains underground, which scientists believe connects to hidden channels. Fishermen rely on the lake for sustenance, casting traditional nets from small wooden boats called cayucos, carved from single tree trunks. The Maya people believed the lake was a sacred portal to the underworld. They held its waters in high spiritual regard and performed ceremonies on its shores to honour the spirits they believed guarded it. One of the most popular gateways on the shores of Atitlan is Panayachel. This is a small town that played a key role during the Spanish conquest in the 16th century. The town became a refuge for foreigners during the 1960s and 1970s. It attracted artists, writers, and free spirits, giving it an international feel. Even today, many expatriates live here. Panayachel is also known for its markets, which are filled with handcrafted textiles made using traditional weaving techniques passed down through generations. San Pedro La Laguna is another fascinating town located on the shores of Lake Atitlan. Over 90% of its population is indigenous, and the town is known for preserving ancient traditions while adapting to modern influences. It has become a hub for learning Spanish, exploring nature, and understanding Maya customs. The town is situated at the base of San Pedro volcano, which offers a challenging hike through diverse ecosystems. The lower slopes are used for farming corn and coffee, while higher up, the trail passes through cloud forests. These forests are home to rare species like the horned guan, a bird found in only a few places worldwide. Santiago Atitlan town is one of the oldest settlements in the region, with roots tracing back to the Maya. Unlike many other towns nearby, its people have preserved their traditional Tsutujil language and customs. Mayan ceremonies are an important part of life in Santiago Atitlan, connecting the people with their spiritual roots. These ceremonies often take place in sacred spaces, such as near the lake or at special altars dedicated to ancient deities. One key tradition is the Mayan blessing ceremony, which involves 6 to 8 steps. It begins with prayers offered to the 4 cardinal directions, acknowledging the natural elements and the energy of the universe. Participants often bring offerings like flowers, seeds, or incense, which symbolize gratitude and harmony with nature. Another key ritual is the Mayan fire ceremony, where fire symbolizes purification and connection with the divine. The shaman lights a sacred fire using candles, sugar, and resins. each candle colour carrying a specific meaning, like peace or healing. Participants gather around, offering prayers as the flames rise. Semuc Champey Natural Monument is a unique limestone bridge that forms over a river. Unlike most rivers, the Cahabon River flows underneath this natural bridge, while pools of turquoise water sit on top. These pools were formed by mineral deposits over thousands of years. However, the river below continues to flow with strong currents, hidden beneath the calm surface above. Cayala, also known as the White City, stands out for its unique design and purpose. It was built to resemble a traditional European-style village. Cayala was designed to create a specific atmosphere where people could live, work, and relax. Its white buildings with clean lines and cobblestone streets give it a distinct appearance. Tikal National Park is home to one of the most fascinating ancient cities built by the Maya civilization. The site contains over 3,000 structures, including temples, palaces, and platforms, scattered across a dense jungle. Tikal was not just a city, it was one of the most powerful Maya kingdoms. It served as a major political and economic centre for centuries. Archaeologists believe that, at its height, Tikal had a thriving population, with strong trade connections to other Maya cities. Items like jade, obsidian, and cacao were traded extensively. Tikal's Great Plaza is surrounded by impressive structures, including Temple 1 and Temple 2, known as the Temple of the Great Jaguar and the Temple of the Masks. These temples face each other and form a ceremonial core where important rituals were performed. One unique feature of Tikal is its hidden tunnels. Beneath the temples and plazas, archaeologists have uncovered a complex system of underground passages. These tunnels were likely used for religious rituals or as escape routes during attacks. Tikal's temples served as more than just religious structures. Some were likely used as observatories to study the stars and planets. The Maya recorded astronomical events like eclipses and the movement of Venus, which they believed influenced events on Earth. Guatemala City stands on land once part of an ancient Maya city called Caminal Juyu. Although much of Caminal Juyu is now beneath modern neighbourhoods, archaeologists have uncovered fascinating ruins, including a network of canals that were used for farming. The city is home to the Palacio Nacional de la Cultura, a historic building that reflects the country's political and cultural history. Built during the 1940s, it was once the presidential palace and now serves as a museum and event space. The structure combines neoclassical and Baroque architectural styles, but its design also includes symbols important to the country's identity. Another remarkable landmark in Guatemala City is the Catedral Metropolitana de Santiago de Guatemala. Built in the late 18th century, this cathedral is one of the most significant religious and architectural sites in the region. Constructed starting in 1782, it blends Baroque and neoclassical styles with thick walls designed to endure earthquakes. Despite damage from major quakes in 1917 and 1976, its resilience remains a symbol of strength. El Paredon's a small village known for its unique black sand beaches, formed by volcanic activity. This natural phenomenon makes it different from many other coastal areas. El Paredon is primarily a fishing village, and its economy has traditionally depended on the ocean. However, in recent years, the rise of ecotourism has brought significant changes. Small family-run guest houses and restaurants have become common, offering local seafood dishes like ceviche and grilled fish. The mangrove forest surrounding El Paredon plays a critical role in the village's ecosystem. It serves as a natural shield, protecting the coastline from strong storms and tidal surges. These mangroves are not only a haven for wildlife, but also essential for maintaining water quality, as they filter pollutants and reduce sedimentation in the nearby ocean. The mangrove forest is home to a remarkable range of species. Among the most notable are the American crocodile and the elusive jaguarundi, a small wildcat rarely seen in the wild. Birdwatchers are drawn to the area to spot species like the mangrove warbler and the striking white ibis. Local guides offer eco-tours through the mangroves using non-motorised boats to reduce disturbance to the delicate environment. These tours provide visitors with a chance to observe the intricate root systems of the mangroves, which often rise above the water like natural sculptures. Acatenango and Fuego are two volcanoes that stand close to each other, forming a unique volcanic landscape. Acatenango is dormant, but Fuego remains active, often erupting with bursts of ash and lava. One fascinating fact is that Fuego's eruptions are visible from many kilometres away, yet people continue to live nearby. The fertile volcanic soil allows farmers to grow coffee and other crops, even as the volcano occasionally threatens the land. Local farmers rely on these eruptions to keep the soil productive, even though eruptions sometimes disrupt daily life. Local legends explain Acatenango's dormancy. One story tells of Acatenango as a guardian who watches over the land while Fuego's fiery eruptions warn of danger. Some believe the two volcanoes are siblings, with Acatenango acting as the calmer, wiser one. This is Guatemala, a land of natural wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the greatest wonders of Kyrgyzstan, check out this video